Sexy ladies, demons, and the color purple. What more could you ask for? Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, and welcome to my video on a Core 2019 spoiler. So, we're going to talk today about Liliana's contract. This one is really cool. I know in some of the other videos we've had some issues with the cards, but this one is one that to me is an absolute home run, knock it out of the park in every way possible. I love this card, so I want to talk about every single inch of it and talk about why I love it so much, because this is exactly what I want to see Wizards of the Coast doing in terms of card design. This is fantastic on so many levels. Let's start off talking about it from the perspective of somebody who knows nothing about Magic the Gathering in terms of the storyline or anything, because this isn't a core set, so we're going to pretend like this is a card that's opened by a beginner who only understands the rudiments of Magic the Gathering, okay? So we've got a situation where he takes a look at this card. Now this is a 5-mana enchantment, he knows casting cost enchantments and all that. So you look at it, what do you get? Okay, you're drawing 4 cards and you lose 4 life. This transmits the concept of black, very much power at any cost. We will sacrifice anything for power. That's what black is about. So you've got that very well transmitted. On top of that, the 4 cards and 4 life ties into the 4 demon concept of the card, which I really like. It lets you dig towards the demons that are tied to the second part of the card, this is really interesting. I like alternate win conditions in Magic the Gathering. I think it's a lot of fun. It gives you something to build around, and I like it when they're different. Like Battle of Wits, for example, is a card that says if you have a massive library, you win the game, basically. Like if you have a 250 card or above deck, you win the game kind of setup. I enjoy that kind of alternate win. So this one's alternate win is at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more demons with different names, you win the game. And immortality is worth any price. So pretty clearly the card is transmitting that concept of a contract with demons for immortality. That is really cool, honestly. I mean, like this goes back to old school Magic, because at the beginning of Magic they had demons. They got removed from the game, exorcised, if you will, when there was a big religious uproar in the 90s. So demons were removed from Magic the Gathering. But at the beginning, there was that feeling. Demons are great, but they come with a cost, right? You had demonic hordes, which sure could tap to destroy an opponent's land, but if you didn't pay it 3 black mana every turn, it would destroy one of your lands. So you just deal with situations like that where it's like black is powerful, but it's not like you have to pay for that. And paying with your life force definitely makes sense. Black feeding on the life. So I like that. There are a lot of cards through Magic history in terms of black that have the lose X life, draw X cards kind of setup. So I think that ties in very well to transmit the concept to beginners that this is a concept that is black. Obviously, demons are a very black concept. And it's very clear. Like, if you look at this card, anybody looking at this card can very clearly understand the concept is, here's what's going on. You're making a deal with 4 demons for immortality, which is really cool. Now, when we take a look at the artwork, it's absolutely gorgeous. This totally does look like a magic ritual that's going on. They've got Liliana up in the front. I really like the way they were able to make, like, she doesn't look evil, she doesn't look menacing, she doesn't look like disgusting or nasty, but at the same time, like they were able to give like this alabaster skinned kind of beauty to her. She's in this like exultant, transformative moment in her life. But at the same time, you've got these 4 shadowy demons with red glowing eyes. You can feel it, they're back in the background, but they're not there to serve. You know what I mean? That the red glow of their eyes is one of menace. And the way, especially the one up in the corner here, like they're bigger and lurking over. It definitely doesn't give a feeling of subservience. These demons aren't serving you. They're helping you, but they're not serving you. Now, in terms of the actual storyline and how it's represented, this is Liliana Vess when she is struck her deal with 4 demons. Now this deal was brokered by Nicol Bolas. He's the one who set this all up. He came to Liliana. Now Liliana was a new version of the Planeswalkers, and for those of you who don't know what I mean, under the old storylines, basically Planeswalkers were gods. They were just like nigh indestructible, insanely powerful, and immortal. They didn't age, they didn't die, they had to be destroyed, kind of thing, like the Highlander. But with what happened with all the time rifts during the time spiral block and everything, that's when Teferi actually sacrificed his spark to close the rifts. But when the rifts closed, it fundamentally altered every planeswalker spark in all planeswalkers, and it changed how they functioned. So they were far less powerful, and they no longer granted things like immortality. So Liliana, while she was a powerful planeswalker with a planeswalker spark, she did age. And so at a frail old age, when she was dying, Nicol Bolas came to her and said basically, like, I can hook you up with these demons. I can get a deal set up with these demons where they will establish immortality within you, but you have to serve them. That's the kind of deal. So in this moment, what you actually see is Liliana has struck this is like, I assume that the part of the drawing 4 cards is to represent the power that is infused in you, but although it could also be used to represent like building up towards that contract and the research needed to find the demon. So either way, I like the way that it ties into it. The 4 demons, I think it's cool that they decided. It would have been weird if they tried to make it, you need the 4 demon names that specifically like she went for in the storyline and everything like that, because they might not even actually all be represented on cards. I know Grizzlebrand was, Belzenlock is. I honestly can't remember the names of the other 2 demons right now. So I like the fact that 4 demons is a win condition here. I like the fact that it ties specifically into the storyline. She's been convinced to accept this contract. This is the actual moment of the contract's fulfillment, and you can see that with the subtle little lines. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you look really closely up on her shoulder, all the little mystic lines that are all over her body, I don't know if you guys knew this, but those are all lines all appeared as a result of the contract that she made with the demons. So that's why she has that etching. That's what's going on in this moment. And it's crazy if you know the story, because you know poor immortality is worth any price. Is it Liliana? Because the thing is, she's bound to these 4 demons. But what she didn't realize at the same time as the ritual is that there's an even deeper binding to Nicol Bolas, that even if all 4 demons are slain, she ends up a slave to Bolas instead, which is why you can actually see this depicted in the blue enchantment, Slave of Bolas or whatever. I can't remember the name of the enchantment right now, but it depicts Nicol Bolas coming and claiming Liliana. So this card to me is an absolute home run. It transmits the concept of what black is to a beginner. The artwork is absolutely lovely. Liliana looks very beautiful. She's and just powerful. Like it's just a moment of ascension, and it's transmitted so well with all that purple energy radiating out of her, and the way that it's like mixed with her hair and everything. It looks absolutely incredible. So that's my opinion on this card. I thought it would be fun to talk about something that wasn't a problem from the spoilers, because we don't want to always just be focusing on the negative nonsense there. Not negative nonsense, but actual negative issues that may affect the game, or problems that I have with the card. This one is just an absolute home run, and I wanted to point that out. So let me know what you think, my friends, but only about this. I don't want to hear about what you think about bicycles or porcupines or walruses, all right? Stay on topic! Ow.
Together, we are the 6th color of magic.
Perf Media, we the best card